welcome to another episode of Game Overcast. My name's David Kaelin. I am the Game Over CEO, and thank you for joining us again. This is episode 27. I had to check my notes, but yeah, 27. Do you believe that, Dan?
Season 4, 27.
Season 4, 27.
Yeah.
We actually did some shows last year, but that was like my training wheels shows, so they don't really count. You know, I was just excited just to go down the street without the training wheels, so there wasn't much there. So you don't have to go back and watch those. But season 4, that's where it's at. 2022, baby.
Yeah.
Season 4.
Do it.
Those are the classics. So start at episode 1, and then now we're in August. We're on episode 27. So we won't hit 50. I think we're going to hit about 40 episodes this year.
Yeah, we skipped.
So we're skipping a few. I think we're going to skip a few, pretty soon here around Labor Day. But we're doing pretty well, I think. 27 episodes. So still August. Hot as hell still. Some parts of the country have gotten some rain recently, which is nice.
We're about to.
Nice in concept, but actually it's been more like flooding rain.
Okay.
And I think we're due some rain here in Texas finally. So fingers crossed. It's been like 100 degrees pretty much every day all summer long, and the only exceptions it's like 99. So like what's the difference there? But no rain. I don't know when the last time we had rain is, but it's been months. It's been a long time. So we should have some rain coming soon. Also, kids are going back to school soon.
Yay!
Can you believe it? Dan's excited.
Yay!
Yeah. Okay, that was a weird yay. But I'm excited too. For me, it's kind of sad though, because I was telling Dan this earlier before we started that I have 2 kids. They're older, they're teenagers. One of them is moving out of the house. So literally one of my kids is moving out next week, which is crazy, right? Like that's something that like a parent can't really.
Yeah.
You can't really wrap your head around it until it happens, and then when it's happening, you're like, what the hell? Like what? How is this happening? Like. How are they just not gonna live here anymore? I don't know, but yeah, I've got a kid going off to college and moving far away, and so yeah, next week I'm taking her, across the country to go live somewhere else. So, and that'll teach her to be good. No, just kidding. And my other kid doesn't shape up; he's going the other way across the country. No, I'm just kidding. No, I love my kids, and it's going to be sad to have one of them go. The other one's going to be starting high school, so that'll be exciting too. But yeah, so I'm 4 years away from an empty nest now. 4 years away from, I don't know what the hell I'll do in 4 years.
They'll come back.
They might come back occasionally to like see me and visit us for Christmas or something.
They'll
but
come back and stay.
Yeah, no, we don't want them to come back and stay. I mean the whole point of parenting, like your goal as a parent. And like no parent is perfect. I'm definitely not perfect. I hope I did a good job with my kids, but I know it wasn't a perfect or great job. But I did, I think, pretty good. But your goal as a parent is to get them trained enough, right? Get them educated enough, trained enough that they can go off in the world and live on their own and function on their own and find jobs and love and success and enjoy the ups and downs of life on their own. So if they're just like, and coming back home all the time, that's a problem, because you want them to be self-sufficient, and life is hard. Jobs are hard, college is hard. Society, is hard. And so, we have to prepare them as much as we can, and then send them on their way, and it's it's time for them to walk on their own, to ride their bike on their own, and to, live their life on their own. So, anyway, but yeah, so big week for me coming up, with that. And for all of you or anybody who's in the world of retail, it's been a pretty busy summer. And we're all looking forward to things kind of calming back down. Like once you get into September, it goes more to a kind of a slower pace, right, on the weekdays. And then a lot of the retail business, goes to more like nights and weekends, because during the daytime, everybody under like age 25 is probably in school of some kind, in college or in K through 12 school. So anyway, back to school time. So get ready, kids. Play your last video games in the next week or so, because time is running out, my friends. I know. It's running out. And it's time for the kids to stop playing, and then the parents will get to play, because then the kids will be out of the house.
Splatoon's about to come out.
Oh, yeah?
I'm ready.
You like Splatoon?
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fun game. When does that come out? Do you know?
September.
That's not in my news. 9th. It's soon?
Something like that?
Yeah.
They just had a big video direction. Is that in your news? No.
It's not in my news. Yeah. I'm not a big... I mean, I like Splatoon. It's okay, but it's not real retro, so yeah. I have some news today ready. It's going to be a good news segment, I think. But yeah, so that's it to open the show. So thank you for joining us again. And we'll just jump right into it with Level 1, current events, and see what's going on in the world of gaming. And we're back with Level 1 current events. So what's going on in the world of gaming these days? I've got a couple of news stories to point out. So the big news in handheld gaming is that there's a new gaming handheld coming. So I've seen reports now that China's Tencent, which is like the biggest gaming company out there, is partnering with Logitech to make a kind of universal handheld gaming device. So it sounds like the Steam Deck. Like Steam Deck was like a little Switch-like portable that was supposed to, use Steam games on it. Well, this is going to be more of like a universal handheld system, and it's supposed to actually be built to connect with the NVIDIA GeForce Now device and also the Xbox device, the cloud gaming service from Xbox. So it's going to be like a kind of like a third party, but connects to lots of other stuff handheld device. But minimal local storage. It's all going to be streaming. So you just connect. You have to be connected to the internet when you use it. Through Wi-Fi or whatever, but then it can basically tap into your other cloud gaming services, including their own, obviously, that they're going to make. But NVIDIA, I haven't even heard of that one, but I guess that's like the Steam Deck or something.
NVIDIA what?
It's called NVIDIA's GeForce Now.
That's their cloud gaming service.
It's like their cloud service.
It's like their Stadia or whatever.
Yeah, like Google Stadia and stuff like that. Yeah, so like a lot of people are doing that now. But the big one was Xbox. I was like, it's going to connect with Xbox Live, like the gaming service or cloud gaming for Xbox. Like, that's a pretty big deal.
Maybe it's a Windows-based machine.
Yeah. Yeah, so there haven't been a lot of handheld, hardware, real competitors out there. I mean, you've always had Nintendo with handhelds. They've pretty much ruled that market forever, for decades. And people have tried. Sega, had the Game Gear for a while, and there were a couple other, links and some other things along the way. But the only really big challenge to them was Sony. And they had the PSP, and then they had the Vita. But then, now those have kind of gone away, and it's really all Nintendo's, Nintendo land in the handheld market. But this would be a big deal because if Xbox doesn't have to go out and actually design their own, but they can just partner with these guys and allow them to tap into the Xbox service, it's a real easy and lower cost way for Xbox to actually compete with some of that handheld market. So I think that's a pretty exciting story. There's no details like that I saw there, like timing and pricing and stuff like that, but yeah, more competition is coming, Nintendo, in the handheld market, so get ready. In other news, we got some movie news. So the Sonic the Hedgehog movies that have been hugely successful. Huge. They're so huge. So they're making a Sonic the Hedgehog 3, no surprise. And they announced the release date. So the release date is going to be December 20th, 2024.
Yay.
So cool, but still like 2 years away.
$10
Sorry.
says it's delayed.
You think it's going to be delayed from from the end of 2024?
They gave us a date. Of course it's going to change.
No, but that's a big date. That's the kind of date, like there's certain days that like studios plan years in advance for certain days, like Memorial Day weekend, Labor Day weekend, 4th of July, and then, like Thanksgiving, Black Friday that week of November, and then December. Because they know those are times that people are off work, they're out of school, there's a lot of disposable income, a lot of, travel and entertainment, money being spent, and so they want some of that money. But anyway, so the first two Sonic or the recent Sonic movie, Sonic 2, made over $400 million worldwide. So tons of money. So of course they're going to keep cranking them out, and they're good. They're good movies. So there's a Sonic 3 coming out December 20th, 2024. That's also the same day they announced Avatar 3 is coming out. Because like Avatar 2, I guess is coming out this year, right? Like I think Christmas this year. I don't know. It seems like forever ago that Avatar was out, but now Avatar, they've like pegged it as something that's going to be an ongoing series, that they're going to make like a whole slew of movies. Like every couple of years, there's going to be an Avatar movie from now till whenever. What'd you say? Awesome.
I don't care.
You sound sarcastic.
I don't care.
But the people are blue and they swim.
Aww.
And they fly and they ride like
Star Wars,
dragons.
but worse.
All right. Well, the first Avatar movie was pretty cool, and if they had done a sequel like 20 years ago, that would have been neat. But I don't know how many people are still excited about Avatar, but I guess we'll find out. But anyway, so Sonic 3 versus Avatar 3 will be the December 2024 showdown at the box office. So that's big Sonic news. In other movie news, guess what else is making a movie? Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
And animated? No.
Yay.
Live action. a live action Pac-Man game. So there's going to be actual live actors running around, eating stuff, eating special stuff, and then having special powers, and then destroying bad guys when they have the special powers. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this at all. Like, I mean, video game movies have been coming out more and more lately. They've been getting, I think, better quality lately.
Yeah.
However, I have no idea how a Pac-Man movie would look. I mean, to me, that just seems like it would have to be animated or CGI or something. I mean, I don't even have words to describe this. So I'm very confused. I need to see some kind of concept or something like that of what they had. Even the Nintendo Mario Brothers movie, that people don't like, that Chris Pratt and some of the other just main A-list actors got the voices, even though they're not necessarily Italian or whatever. But it's a big budget Mario movie, but they're making it animated, so that they can still do some of the things that are pretty obviously going to have to be CGI or they can't happen in real life. Like, we've seen a real life Mario Brothers movie, decades ago, and it did not turn out very well. So Pac-Man, I don't know. I wish you luck. I'm excited to see what they're going to try and do with it. But it's a very nervous excitement. Very nervous. Oh, man.
They're like, Sonic worked, Pokemon worked.
I know,
now
yeah.
they're like, oh, yeah, we could do this.
Yeah, Dan's saying hey, they're doing it now. They're striking gold with all these, video game movies and properties and stuff. But Pac-Man's just one that it works as a game because it's such a simple, straightforward, easy to play, basic game, basic graphics. And how do you do that in a real world and not make it totally, totally different, like nothing to do with the game? Like, you just drive all over a city collecting, some kind of dots or coins or something, and then there's power-ups, and then you go to different levels. I don't know. So
Not about
maybe on a farm or at some kind of rich mansion where they have those big landscape mazes outside, where you walk through the maze and you try and figure out where to go. And
That's what it's a sequel to The Shining.
To The Shining.
The maze.
The maze in The Shining.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But how can you do the whole movie about that?
Just watch them.
Like, it's just a bunch of like random, cool, good-looking young teens, and then they get lost in a maze and they got to find their way out, and there is the Pac-Man reference. I don't know.
Got it. Nailed it.
Yeah. So, yeah, if that's it, I'm gonna be really sad, because if I could just think that up off the top of my head, that's not really a good plan for movie success.
Yes, it is.
So anyway, so good luck. Please bring us more details, because I just can't believe what I'm reading there. Okay, and in other gaming news, also Madden football is coming out this week, so get ready for Madden NFL football.
Maddening is what it is.
It is maddening, and this is the first one in a long time that's supposed to have Madden on the cover, right? So that'll be cool. A little
John Madden
good send off to him. Yeah, we had that on Game Overcast a while back. It was one of my. I know he's dead. Dan's like, but he's dead.
How are you gonna get a picture?
How are you gonna put a dead person on the cover? Because you take the picture when they were alive and slap it on there.
It's not like a picture of him right now.
Okay, Dan wants to make sure there's not a picture of him right now. No, that's wrong in a lot of ways. There's no picture of him right now.
I was gonna say
Just like a
that's
grassy
wrong.
field with a tombstone.
Yeah.
John Madden, buy this game,
Just a
and
skull.
yeah.
Too far.
Man, that just threw off my whole train of thought now. Okay. Yeah, no, it's him in his happier, glorier days than right now. But it's an homage to him. It's a salute to the man that started it all, that really made sports games so redundant. No, but I mean, he took a game that there were football games all the time, came out every year on every system ever. They were just always kind of plain. He gave it some style. He gave it features every year, and even when you thought, really, what could possibly be the difference this year from last year's Madden football, there would always be something. There's always something new. So even this year, there's probably something new. I don't know how in 30 years they still have something new. I remember the first football game I played that had like rain in it and snow. And I was like, oh my God, like it's a different color. And like you can see things falling and like, I don't believe this. You know, but now what do they do? I mean, it practically looks like you're watching a freaking NFL game on TV, and so I don't know what they could do to change it, but oh well. But it's coming out for those that like Madden. Go get it.
Be better.
No, don't be better. That's mean.
Be better, EA.
Well, yeah. They definitely don't have much competition, and without competition, there's not much reason to innovate. You just keep selling or doing the same thing over and over again, charge more money, and oh well. Okay, so let's get into other stuff, please. So we're gonna go into more retro gaming news. So I've got a retro news flash here. So apparently some website called Digital Trends has reported that there's a secret multiplayer option in Super Nintendo's Super Punch-Out. So I didn't know this.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's really interesting. But apparently, so here's your pro tip,
How to.
tip on how to do it. Or here's the what do they call those? I forget. Not pro tips. The ones where it was like a
Pro nips.
not a pro nip.
Sorry, I'm having a hard day.
Anyway, so here's the tips and tricks how to do it. Okay, so for all of you saying what? So if you have a Super Nintendo, and it also works on the Switch Online version of Super Punch-Out. So if you have that, you fire up Super Punch-Out. At the title screen, you hold the Y and R buttons on controller 2. So you hold those down. Then you press A or start on controller 1, and it accesses a versus screen to select an opponent and fight in a free single match.
How do they know that?
I don't know. And I don't know how after, 30 years or whatever, somebody figured that out.
Bananas.
Huh. So, I don't know. I haven't seen it done. I believe it because I saw it online. And everything online is true, right?
I'll have to try it next episode.
But really cool. Yeah, that's something that you can try at home. So here's the thing. If you have Super Punch-Out, so hold Y and R on controller 2 at the title screen. Then you press A or start on controller 1, and it goes to a versus screen. I don't know. And why do people do stuff like that on games and not just put it in the game? Like, I don't get how you can unearth things like that 30 years later. And, like, why didn't they... Wouldn't they have sold more copies if they made a 2-player option in the beginning?
That is weird.
I mean, that's not like a warp in a Mario game where you can, like, skip a few levels, and that's kind of cool. But, like, having a fighting game be 1-player versus 2-player, like, there's a whole world increase in sales potential there by having it 2-player, right? I mean,
Yeah, that is weird.
I don't know. So anyway, apparently that's a thing. So you heard it here first because, you get all your news here because you don't have a lot of time and don't know how to use the internet and you just love my beautiful face. I don't know.
Time, so they listen to you talk for an hour. That's
So if you watch us on YouTube or listen to this podcast, then, then you're in the know and you know more than your friends. And you can tell your friends, hey, I watch or listen to Game Overcast, and that makes me better than you.
Consumer.
Yeah, I'm an informed gamer because I have all the retro news. So anyway, so that's the cool retro news story for right now. So let's go in now to level 2 and do company events and find out what's going on at your local Game Over video game store. And we're back with level 2, the company info. So what's going on at your local Game Over video game store? Well, we've got a sale going on. So this week, big sale on Sega Master System. So we're doing 25% off all used games for Sega Master System. That's in our retail stores and also online with code SMS25. So that is from August 12th through August 18th. So probably when you're watching the show. So that is going on right now. Then after that, the next sale, to give you a little sneak peek at the next one, Madden comes out on Friday the 19th. And so that week we're doing a Madden football sale. So in honor of, it doesn't necessarily have to be a Madden game, but in honor of the new Madden game coming out from August 19th through August 25th for that whole week, we're giving away football games. So one free football game per person. Only the ones regular price, $4.99 and less, which is almost all of them. There's a few football games that are more than that, but most of them, $5 or less. That's pretty, normal for a football game. But yeah, one per person per day. So if you come in our stores, it's with purchase, so you do have to buy other stuff. But with any purchase, you get one free football game, and that's American football, not soccer. Clarification, yeah. So it doesn't have to be a Madden game necessarily, but it does have to be a American style football game of $5 or less. So anyway, so free football games that week. So come in to a local Game Over store and check it out. That is not available online. That is only at your local Game Over video game store. So we always end up with a ton of football games. Every time the new one comes out, everybody trades in their old ones, and we're like, what do we do with all these old ones? And so, hey, we'll just give them away. Good idea, huh? So that's what we do. So come take some of the old ones off our hands. We'd really appreciate it. So that is on that week. And then all month in August, we're doing a trade-in bounty on the Sega Dreamcast. So each store on their bounty board up front has a list of Sega Dreamcast games that we're paying above normal pricing for. So if you have some extra Dreamcast games and you need a little cash, put a little gas in your car, a little rent, a little roof over your head, that kind of stuff, come see us, and we'll pay more than usual trade-in values for those Dreamcast games. So check your local store for details on that, and that goes through August 31st. Okay, upcoming events. We do free retro gaming tournaments at Game Over stores at certain locations in certain cities, and those are coming up Saturday, August 13th. So that's right around the corner, just days away, probably the weekend you're watching this show when it first comes out. So if you're near one of those stores, it's Saturday, August 13th, which is, like I said, like days away. Or the next one is going to be Saturday, September 10th. So if you miss the one on August 13th, come to the one September the 10th. So it's always the second Saturday of the month. So just look at your calendar, count the Saturdays, and it's the second one of the month. And then to find out the game and the time and stuff like that, you'll have to check on the Facebook page for that local store. But the local Game Over stores that will have one, it's the store in Bellevue, Washington, the one in Arlington, Texas, in the Dallas area, one in South Austin, the one in, Selma, Texas, by San Antonio, and the one on 1960 in Northwest Houston. So those 5 stores are doing free tournaments. Come check it out. Nothing to lose, everything to gain. Hang with friends, and spend a wonderful Saturday night at Game Over Video Games. Yeah, it'll be fun. So come join us. Also, in CGF news, news for CGF happens year-round now, so I'm on every week talking about CGF also. I'm even repping my cool special edition CGF shirt today.
CGF shirt.
So next year, the dates are set, so mark your calendars now, put in your request for time off at work, because we don't want to hear you whining and complaining about how I didn't get that weekend off, or I got booked somewhere else that weekend. No. You set your calendar right now in advance.
It's not David's fault.
It's not my fault. We have pretty much the same week every year. So if you book yourself at some other convention or buy a booth at some other convention that weekend, you're dumb. You messed up. You went to one of the smaller retro shows. You did not go to the big one.
Would you do E3 or Comic-Con?
No.
Lame.
Nothing like that. Lame. CGF, that's where you want to be. So next summer, July 22nd, 23rd. So it's like the last or second to last weekend in July, just kind of like always. It's late July. But it's booked. It's here. It's Austin, Texas. You want to be there. So whether you're an attendee, a vendor, a guest, a YouTuber, anybody in the world of retro gaming, you need to mark that weekend on your calendars right now and be here in Austin, Texas for Classic Game Fest. If you went to our big Classic Game Fest last month in July, we're doing surveys right now. So whether you were an attendee or a vendor, there are surveys online, and you can get the links on the CGF social media pages. And we send emails out every week with the links too, so you can find those online or on the website at classicgamefest.com. But please fill out a survey. Let us know how we did. What you like, what you didn't like, what you'd like to see for next year, that kind of stuff. They do get read. We do see them. I can't say that we honor every wish or request, but we do look at that every year, and we try and steer that direction and make changes that people ask for, and that's really the biggest reason why, if you go to CGF a lot, that things change every year. Because every year, things go right and some things maybe don't go so right. And so we always look at that feedback and the flow and what we're hearing from people about it. And we try and make changes. So we try and improve ourselves every year, which is, anything run by humans. That's all you can do, right? It'll never be perfect, but we always try and improve, try and listen to feedback, be positive, and get better next time. So please fill out a survey for us. Also, Lost and Found for CGF. I still have a whole bucket full of lost credit cards, and I'm about to just go shopping with them. No, I'm not. but there's a lot of credit cards, guys. So if you check your wallet and you're like, oh man, where's my credit card? It probably was on the floor at CGF because we swept up. I think I have about 10 of them left. Like it's a stack like this big of credit cards.
If you bought some TurboGrafx games, maybe you swapped it out somewhere.
Oh, Dan thinks TurboGrafx games kind of look like credit cards. He thinks that maybe they got mixed up. So you think somebody put like a Bonk's Adventure back in their wallet,
right?
and instead left the credit card on the table with the game vendor.
Yeah, or they like stuck it in their TurboGrafx and it's still there.
Oh, they might have stuffed it in their TurboGrafx. Yeah. So if you have a TurboGrafx at home that you got a CGF, check the game slot and see if you accidentally maybe put a credit card in there instead. No.
Yep.
Okay. So anyway, if you lost anything at CGF, please email info@classicgamefest.com. Also, the T-shirts are cool 15th anniversary special edition T-shirts that sold out like that at CGF. Yeah, they're beautiful, but like if you weren't there in the first 2 hours of CGF, you did not get one. They were gone fast. We had 400 of them, and they went in hours. It was nuts. So we're gonna order them again, and so we're taking orders right now. We're taking requests. So there's links on our website at classicgamefest.com and on the social media and stuff. And so basically, there's a link. A direct link to the website, actually, I can give you, which is classicgamefest.com/t-shirt. And if you go there, it'll have, information like, what size do you want and stuff like that. And we're doing them $20, and we'll even mail them to you. So on me, we're mailing you the shirts, just as a way to say we're sorry, we ran out of freaking shirts. But just let us know what size you want, how many you want. And then basically I'll turn them around and send you an invoice. And as soon as you pay the invoice, we'll get the shirts ordered. And then once we get the shirts in, I'll mail it to you for free. So the whole process probably is going to take about 4 to 6 weeks. So don't expect it to be like Amazon Prime and show up tomorrow in your house, because it won't. It's going to take some time.
Drive it to my house?
No, I'm not going to drive it personally to your house. I got stuff to do, man.
I used to like gaming.
Okay. Dan's being a real pain in the butt today. So I'm not going to take it personally to your house and like hand it to you and like shake your hand and, do a little selfie like, here's us in the shirt. Hey. But I will if you want, I guess. But anyway.
You show up wearing the shirt and then take it off and give it to me when you come to my door.
Okay, so this is Dan's good idea here. So I'm going to show up to your house personally. I'm going to take my car. I'm going to drive to your house with the shirt, tell you that I'm sorry personally we ran out of shirts because it was my fault. And then I'm going to literally give you the shirt off my back. Like I'm going to take this off and give it to you, give you my sweaty, stretched out shirt and say, you're welcome. I'm sorry. No, but so we're doing those available for a limited time. You do have to put your order or your request in by the end of August. So you got about 3 more weeks to let us know if you just had to have one of these shirts and you missed out at CGF. I will take care of you. I am sorry, and we will take care of you. But you got to let me know soon so I can get you in on the order that we're going to place. And then we're going to place this huge order like September 1st. And as soon as they come in, we'll start shipping them out to people in late September. So you should get it probably into September, early October. So be patient, but I will take care of you, and we are sorry for running out of shirts. Let's see. And that's about it. Oh, also, if you ended up getting a shirt, like you bought the ticket that included a free shirt or included a discounted shirt when you bought the VIP pass online, and so you were supposed to get a certain size. So maybe you got this shirt or a different CGF shirt, but you got the wrong size. If you need to do an exchange, we're going to do that too. So we can give you one of these for free if you exchange for whatever wrong size you got. We can do that. So for that, you just email me at info@classicgamefest.com and let me know the details, and I'll work out an exchange for you. So we're trying to take care of everybody as best we can. We want to do right by all of our attendees, and again, like we're really sorry. We thought we had a grand total of 900 shirts. We had 500 last year, so we almost doubled it, and still like just flying off the shelves. It was really crazy. So we appreciate your understanding on that, and we're doing our best to take care of you for CGF. So, okay. Let's see. And that is it for the company info. And now we're going to go on to level 3, the feature section of the show. And this is going to be a good one. This is, we're going to play Guess That Console. But this time, Dana's going to go find me 5 game controllers. Yeah, we're going to do controllers this week. So he's going to find 5 controllers, and I'm going to be blindfolded using my special, very high-end, expensive, fancy blindfold. And then I'm going to try and guess what those consoles are. So let's go there now. So level 3. And we're back with the feature section of the show, level 3. So here we go. We're doing a fun one today. This is Guess That Console. So I'm going to put on my very fancy blindfold. And then Dan has selected some controllers, and he's going to put the controller in my hand, and I'm going to, from just feeling the controller, tell you what console it goes to.
Scooch back a little bit so you don't smash that microphone.
Okay, yeah, Dan doesn't want me to hit the microphone with it, so I'll be careful. And hopefully you can hear me okay. I'll try and talk loud.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my mask. All right.
Are you wearing the mask?
Yes. Is that good?
I can't even tell. All right.
Yes. Okay.
So I have a tote bin of controllers. We're gonna start off easy, per usual.
Okay. Okay. Here, I'll put my hands out here. So. Oh. Oh my gosh. Okay. This one's super easy. This is super easy. Hey. Hey. This is Donkey Konga bongos for the Nintendo GameCube.
That's it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Easy.
That's just to warm
Easy.
you up. Warm you up. Warm up.
All right.
Okay. Actually, wait. Hang on. I gotta open this one. All right. Next one.
Okay. What do we got?
Shit. I think you can get that one.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. 6-button D-pad. Triggers on top. Okay. Yeah, this feels like a Sega Saturn.
Got it.
Sega Saturn?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Nailed it.
Cool.
I thought I stumped you there for a second.
No, that's good. They do feel a lot like a Genesis one.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's the triggers.
L and R.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my. Okay.
This is a third party.
Okay. It's a joystick, but yeah, this is definitely third party. Got the little feet. Oh. Okay.
Still sticky.
It still works.
30 years later.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay. Yeah, this is a joystick for Nintendo NES.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's third party. It's I remember these. I remember these coming out, but yeah, it's for Nintendo NES.
Got it.
Yeah. They had some like that for Genesis too, I believe.
And probably Atari. I would
Yeah.
imagine.
But that plug, you can tell it's like a angled top or angled on one end of the plug.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Okay. Huh. Okay. Okay, this feels more modern for sure. Okay, I'm not sure on this one.
Ah, okay, all right. This is a first-party controller.
First party, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
For a system
It's-
that had a very unique.
it feels kind of
layout.
like a PS4, but that's not it because it doesn't have the touch panel on the top.
Yeah, yeah.
But it feels too smooth to be like a regular PlayStation controller.
This console had a very unique button layout that I don't think any other consoles had. With the joystick position is weird.
Huh. And this is first party?
First party. And you're right, it is a fairly modern compared to your other
Oh, this is a this is a like a Wii U, but like the Pro controller for a Wii U.
That's it.
All right.
I don't know if I'm going to give you that one because I had to give you a bunch of hits, but good job.
Fine. All right.
I like
Was
that.
that all 5?
We got one more.
Oh, one more. Okay.
One more. This is an extra tricky one. This is like bonus round. See if you get this one.
Okay. What? What is this? A remote control?
Maybe.
Yeah, this is a remote control. This is this has got to be the remote to like an Xbox 360.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
How did you get the Xbox 360 part?
Because it's round. They had one like this for PS3, but it was more like rectangular, square shaped, and you could feel the corners.
Yeah,
but this
you're
one
right.
is curved, so it's white and curved.
I was wondering if you were gonna say Wii or something stupid.
No.
That's
Yeah.
all of them.
Xbox 360
That's it.
remote control.
Helmet off.
Whoa!
Here are your controllers.
Back in the land of the light.
Here are your controllers.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've never used one of these, but I know I've seen these for the Wii U.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so shiny and glossy. It feels like a PS4 controller, but then it doesn't have that little, the touch pad on the top.
That button layout too. That would have given it away.
Yeah, that's true because the buttons should be Huh. Cool. All right. Well, so I'm still undefeated in this game. So I'm 2-0.
No, I would say this defeated you. I'm gonna give you 4 points.
Give me 4 out of 5. Okay.
4 out of 5,
All right.
I didn't give you too many hints.
Well, cool. Yeah, and then these for 360. And there was actually a longer one than this too. That's even longer.
Yeah.
But they're rounded, and then the ones for PS3 were like longer, but they had hard corners, like sharper corners, so it's more rectangular.
You know your controllers.
Yeah, and this thing, I remember these. They released these for everything, I think. They had like an Atari one, a Sega one, a Nintendo one, but that connector, you can feel that shape of NES where it's like a rectangle, but then they chopped off the corner on one of the 4 corners. Sega Saturn, yeah, that's pretty straightforward. But this is a lot like a Genesis. It's just this little shape at the top that's weird. And that's the one that's harder to identify too, because Sega, when the Saturn first came out, it was like totally curved, like it was like a bat.
And it had a weird D-pad.
Yeah. So this is the more Genesis-y like version of the Saturn controller. And then this one is like, dude, come on, you're not dealing with an amateur here. This is easy.
That one was for me. I couldn't not in there.
All right. Well, cool. Well, thank you, Dan, and thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed watching another exciting episode of Guess That Console. So now let's go on to level 4 with the boss battle, and I've got a special for you today. We're doing 2 boss battles.
Ooh.
They're small, but I've got 2 boss battles. It's a double header
of
boss stress. Yeah, there's 2 mini bosses. So let's go there now with level 4. And we're back with level 4, the boss battle. So as the boss, I deal with a lot of battles, and this past week, there have been two battles. So we'll combine this together into 2 mini boss battles for the week. So boss battle 1, my computer desktop screen. So as none of you probably know, but as certain people that know me know, I like a lot of desktop icons on my computer monitor. So when I log into my computer at work here, you have those couple little icons like folders, like the trash can and the folders that you access really frequently. Well, I have a lot of those on my desktop, and I had gotten to the point where, and I don't get to this point often, so I'm not always this bad, but I do like a lot of icons on the desktop because it's easy access for me if I can see it versus having to open folder and then subfolder and then subfolder. There's my computer has thousands of files and images and forms and things, and it's just easier for me to have the frequently accessed stuff on the top. Anyway, see, I'm like explaining my habit. It's like it's like an addict. It's like, but I gotta have it. You can't take it away from me. I gotta have it that way. I need it to live. So it got pretty bad though, because I actually hit a point in this past week where the boss filled every freaking icon spot on my desktop. So like all the way top to bottom, left to right, everything was full, and I couldn't add any more desktop icons. So I finally went into cleanup mode. And so, over the past few days, I finally got in and doing this, and I started to, group and organize and have little folders, and some things obviously went in the trash can because, they were temporary things and I just needed to delete them. But I'm back to a point where I can see a big chunk of empty screen, empty real estate in the middle again. And so I've got some room to grow once again on my desktop. And it's not totally clear because I'm, like I said, I have a problem. The problem hasn't gone away, but I'm addressing the problem, temporarily. And so I went from having the full screen of icons. Now I'm down to, what would you say it was, Dan? It's like a third, right?
Yeah, I'd say more like half.
It's about a third. Give me a third. Come on, it's less than half.
No, it's about a half.
It's like
you had some stragglers on the side.
Okay, like 6 out of 10. I'm a little over half. But anyway, so I got a lot of the icons out of there, which is good, and everything else organized up a little better. But still, the stuff that I like and I need up there, I have them on the screen. But it took a long time coming, and quite a bit of kind of effort to do that, because there were things where I'd have to like open everything to be like, oh, what was that? Oh yeah, I really don't need that anymore. Anyway, so funny to me and scary to most people around me that saw my computer screen at that point. I was going to take a picture and show you, like on the YouTube version of the show, but then I realized, like, you don't want to see what all the icons are, because people would zoom in and be like, oh, why does he have that on his desktop? And it's none of your damn business what I have on my desktop. But I have what I want and need on my desktop. But now I have some room to grow again. I'm back below 50%. And so things are orderly and neat and right where I want them and like them. And so yeah, but it was a long, well-deserved, well-needed, cleanup of my desktop. And so that is done. So I can rest easy now and rest my eyes when I come in there. So, okay, that's boss battle number 1. The other boss battle I've had this past week is air conditioning. At my house, our air conditioner went out last week. It went out like Thursday night, Friday morning, and didn't get it working again until Monday afternoon. So all day Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And, I was at work Friday, but, my family was at home. And then on the weekends, I'm normally at home and they're normally at home, so we're all there. And so it's like the worst time to have, your air conditioner go out, right? Because in Texas, it's hot as hell. It's really humid, so the heat index, is even worse than the actual heat temperature. But to be indoors and trapped in like this oven that you couldn't get out of, it's pretty awful. It was pretty bad, and then anything like repair-wise, medical, anything like that, when stuff happens on a Friday, what always happens when stuff happens on a Friday?
You can't call
right?
anybody.
You can't do jack about it until like Monday, because everybody's off the weekends, and you can't get people to do stuff and get stuff and repair stuff on weekends a lot. So I was able to get someone to come out Saturday to like look at it Saturday morning, which was great. But of course there was a part they needed, like a motor blew out in the unit in the house, and so they had to get a new motor, and excuse me, to do that they had to get it, schedule another time, and so the next time available was like Monday afternoon. So overall, the fact they came out Saturday morning and then came back Monday afternoon to fix it is pretty good, because that's like 2 business days, I guess, in a row. But for us last weekend in our house, man, we were miserable. We were trying to like go out to eat every meal just because it would give us like a chance to go into air conditioning for a couple hours. We'd go like steal air conditioning from like a restaurant and hang out there, and then be like, do we have to go home? Can we just sleep in the restaurant? No. And then we all slept, we had fans going in the house. We're all sleeping, practically naked and just in agony, just like, just sweat and just, yeah, it's bad. I mean, it literally was about, between 88 and 90 degrees in my house all weekend long, which is crazy. And again, it's not a dry heat. It's a humid, nasty heat. So anyway, so we fought that battle. Monday got it working again, and so then by Monday night we were able to sleep in air conditioning once again, and we even had it, I think, set at like 78 Monday night, which is still pretty high. Like normally that would be kind of warm, but to us that was like the freaking North Pole. After it being 90, we're like, oh my gosh, it's only 78. So anyway, that was nice. But yeah, so no major battles this week really, but the 2 small ones that were really irritating, cleaning up my desktop and then getting air conditioning back in my house, were really crazy. And so that basically was just, the majority of how I spent my week. So the first 3 days sweating it out in the house, and then the past 3 days leading up to recording this show has been trying to clean up my desktop and catch up on other work and emails and stuff like that, while also trying to organize things here at work. So it's been a long week, a long, hot, sweaty week. But both boss battles have been won. I have conquered them both. So I am the victor. I am the winner. I am the champion. If it was an online leaderboard, I would be number 1 with the trophy. Yeah. So That's it for this week on Boss Battles. So now let's go into the bonus level and talk about fan feedback and talk about all the comments that we've gotten over the past week. And we're back with the bonus level. So let's wrap up the show, talk about fan feedback, all the comments from the past week, and what's going on with you guys. And by the way, if you want to reach out to me for the show, you can always comment on the streams on YouTube, or when we post it to Facebook. You can just put your comment right there, because that's easy. That's what social media is all about, right? Put your little comment in there. Let me know. I'll read it. Talk about it on the show. That's easy. The harder way is, and more of an old school way, I guess, is you actually write me a letter. Dear David, please talk about this on the show or do this on the show. And you can send me an email to podcast@gameovervideogames.com. So send me an email, and I'll read your letter. And I might read your letter on the show. That sounds like an old, like a Johnny Carson thing or something.
Yeah, it is.
You send me a letter, and I will have your letter right here, a paper copy, and I will read it on the show. So anyway, but I love your comments and feedback, especially the good stuff, but even the bad stuff. I read it all. And, I appreciate all the feedback because, it's fun doing a show like this. But, the thing that keeps me going on it is that I know people watch it and enjoy it. So as soon as I stop getting any feedback, and I'm just doing it for myself, I'll just stop because I don't want to do it for myself. I do it for you guys. But okay, so comments. So let's see. Awesome video. Keep up the great work. That's always good. A happy Friday. That's good. Let's see, great show, informative, entertaining. Our friend Ricky comments a lot on the show. He said he loves how Dan always invades my personal space when there's new products in the store.
What do you mean?
Well, Ricky, I think what Ricky's talking about is this.
Oh,
this.
Oh,
a little
is that
close.
Why you got COVID?
Yeah, probably. I catch all my diseases from you. Well. So he loves how Dan comes and invades the space, especially when we're doing new products. And I'm like, hey, look at this cool new thing at Game Over. And Dan's like pushing the camera and the microphone out of the way, like, let me see that new product. And I'm going to take a picture of it on my phone here on the show because I can't do it after the show. I have to do it right now. I don't know. Dan has and will always be, I think, a good customer of Game Over. He literally came in the store and loved talking to me and looking at new stuff in the stores before he even worked here. When I first opened the store, and it was just me, no employees, he would come in and shop and like hang out and look at stuff, and he'd love to see the new stuff that I'd get in or whatever. And then started working here and worked, off and on over the years and stuff. But still, even today, like, he comes in to do this show with me, and we're setting up equipment and stuff, and he's like, ooh, look at this cool new GBA game over there. I'm like, stop shopping. We're doing a show right now.
Never stop shopping.
Yeah, he says he'll never stop shopping, which is great. So we appreciate your support, Dan. But yeah, he loves that. He says you're just like a kid in a candy store. Just like something new comes out, and you're like, ooh, I want to see that new thing. Let's see. Also, Ricky said he likes the Brawler 64 controllers that I had on the show last week. So yeah, those are pretty cool. The PlayStation 1s look interesting too, so maybe he'll pick up one of those. He also had a question about CGF. So he said for CGF, now that we've hit 10,000, over 10,000 people, what kind of changes are in store to accommodate more crowds? Because that's a lot of people as it is. And I guess the simple answer is nothing. I really like the Palmer Event Center. I really do. And I think it fits our event well. It's a good location in Austin, I think. It's near downtown, but because it's across the river instead of actually in downtown, the parking is way easier and cheaper. It's just easier, loading and unloading. Like the vendors love it. If you go to the Austin Convention Center, which is just across the river, but like actual downtown, I think there's like 5 parking spots at that place, like for vendors. So you have to unload. You have to have timed unloadings where you like have a 15-minute window. You get all your crap out of your car and get in there, and then you have to move your car immediately. Parking is like $20, and it's just not necessary to me. Like I love the Palmer Event Center. So I love that center. I love that venue. It's 70,000 feet in the vendor room. It's 5,000 upstairs in the meeting rooms that we use for the stage and the panels and stuff and the live music. And then, we use a lot of the hallways. And this year we even used the back or the north side outdoor space too. They have a big covered canopy outside. And it has fans and stuff, but it's still kind of hot. But we had some food trucks out there this year, and so I do want to use that again next year. And so I'm hoping to get even more food trucks out there. So we're still kind of expanding, even though we're going kind of outside of the main halls. We're going out into like the hallways and the canopies outside and stuff. And we're still growing. But also, I think one of the things we can do is we can still fit more vendor booths into the vendor hall. Just every year we kind of tweak the layout a little bit, and we can tweak the aisles and stuff like that to kind of just fit more stuff in there. So I still think there's several more years ahead of being at that venue before we have to really look at a serious question of like, where do we move it to if it's big beyond that point. But honestly, in reality, like I don't know how much bigger it can get. We might get a little bigger than that, but the way that shows normally grow beyond that point when it's a retro gaming focused show is you stop focusing on retro games and you start bringing in like more like TV and movie star guests and like voice actors, and then you get more comics and you get more toys and more just random like cool stuff, maybe even nerdy stuff, but not retro gaming related stuff. And I always try and keep CGF, every vendor booth has to be at least 50% video game related. And so even if we have a comic place or like a trading card, booth or something, they should have at least, Pokemon cards or something with some kind of video game relevance there. But once we grow beyond that point and we start easing those rules, I could easily probably double or triple the attendance if I just let anybody that wanted to come, then we could go to the Austin Convention Center and probably fill it up. But because I limit that, there's actually a little known fact that I actually turn away, vendors every year, especially this past year. There's probably 10 or 20 vendors that wanted to come to CGF that I would not allow because were not video game related. We had like State Farm was there as an insurance company, and I love State Farm. They come every year, and I'm going to give them a little plug here because like they do a booth, but 50% of their booth is gaming related. They do a double booth, and they do like games and tournaments on one side, and they promote the insurance on the other side. So it's like
true. They always have Mario Kart.
But that's what I told them.
Sometimes you just got to play some Mario Kart.
Yeah, Mario Kart's awesome, and so I'm fine with vendors doing that and like sponsors that want to take part, but also contribute to the event by being something gaming related. But I had, I've had like a drink beverage maker that wanted to like sponsor the whole event. And I was like, oh, cool. What are you going to do, like gaming related or whatever? And they're like, no, we just want a booth to like hand out samples of our drinks and stuff. And I'm like, no, you can't do that. Like, you have to do something gaming related. And we had somebody that did like bath remodeling that wanted to be there. And I was like, no. And then there's other people that are more like toys and, like foam weapons and stuff. And we don't want weapons at all at CGF. But like, there's things that are, toy related and maybe kind of nerdy related or comic book related that you see at a lot of gaming events, but they're not gaming related. So I try and weed them out.
I saw something new this year that was cool. It was a photographer who does cosplay photography.
Yes.
He was all set up for it, and it was so cool.
Yeah.
That was cool.
So Dan liked the cosplay photography. Yes. Was great. So that was make them awesome, and yeah, they had a whole setup to do like custom shots and stuff of people, which was really neat. But a lot of people come to CGF in costumes, and so yeah, taking pictures is a great thing to do. But yeah, so as long as I limit it to retro gaming and try and focus on gaming related vendors and stuff, there is still growth we can have at the center that we're at, and we still get more attendees coming in, but without having to change venue. So hopefully we'll be there at least several more years. So we'll see what happens when we get to like maybe 15 or 20,000 or something like that, because then we'll probably have to talk about moving. But yeah, that's down the road. So another comment, Larry, our friend Larry, he says, "What's up, my dudes?" So what's up, Larry?
Love Larry.
Yeah, so we love Larry. Cool guy. Let's see. He's talking about CGF feedback too. He says he loves the arcade being downstairs, so he says definitely do that. Mm-hmm. We had the tiny one upstairs in the little room last year. Which actually, is more authentic, because back in the day, most arcades were tiny and packed and sweaty, and that's just the way they were, in dark little places. But no, the big open arcade setup at CGF this year was great. So hopefully we'll keep that going. So we love that. He was curious about the female streamers we were talking about last week on the show, that the number one in gaming female streaming wasn't even really a gaming related streamer, which was odd, but. But anyway, yeah, so we need to have streamers on the show. So I'll try and get more guests on the show, and especially, female, streamers and stuff like that, and, try and promote people that need the help, right? Like, I don't need to promote somebody that's already, Insta famous or whatever. Like, I want to help the up and coming people. So anyway, so we'll work on that for guests on the future shows. And then also he was talking about a moment at CGF, and so you might remember this, Dan. So he was talking about a moment with you. So Dan was going around CGF taking footage. He's putting together the trailer for CGF 2023 right now, and so he was doing footage on his camera for stuff like that. And he kept running into Larry, and they kept seeing each other. And then at one point he said y'all ran into each other again, like for the second or third time, and you just looked each other like right in the face, and at the same time said, "Stop following me," both of you. And so he just said that was hilarious. And so,
that was
yeah.
Good.
So that's always cool. So thank you, Larry. Thanks for all your support. And thank you, everybody, for watching the show, for listening to the show on your podcast service. And so whether it's audio only or video or both or whatever, we appreciate your support. When you come in the Game Over stores or go to events like our retro, free tournaments at the stores, or even the big one, Classic Game Fest every summer, you're helping support, not me, per se, but just the entire community of retro gamers, around our stores, in our state, in our country even. CGF literally had this year vendors from probably half the states come. We had attendees from almost every state. Like, there's a map online of where the tickets sales came from, and it's almost every single state had people coming to CGF. It's insane. Like, people came from Alaska, and people came from every state. It was crazy. I need to get a picture of that, and I'll try and put that on the next show. The picture of where CGF attendees came from, like where they bought their tickets from, and it's nuts how this is not Austin event. It's not even a Texas event anymore. This is America's Retro Gaming Expo. America's Retro Gaming Expo.
What it is.
That's right. So we are making retro gaming expos great again at CGF. So anyway, but thank you for watching and supporting our shows and our stores and retro gaming in general, because we definitely wouldn't be here without it. So thanks for all of your sales and support. Thanks for subscribing to our YouTube channel, the youtube.com/GameOverVideogames. You can see all the latest episodes of Game Overcast. You can see the old episodes of Game Overcast. You can also see some random old videos. Like, go to our YouTube page and just poke around at stuff. Sort by age and look at some of the really old stuff. There's some really cool, weird, old stuff on there. So check it out. Enjoy the nostalgia. And if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you get the little ding and a little bell and stuff when a new show comes up, and it'll be like, ooh, a new show to watch. Awesome. Thanks, guys. So subscribe if you can. Tell a friend about the show. Share it on social media and stuff like that, so we can spread the word. And that's it. So that's all I got. Do you have anything else, Dan, for the week? Any words of wisdom to get people through to the next show? Give me your best one sentence advice for the world.
All right. Okay.
I'm giving you a platform.
All right, I got
this. Okay, so think about
this. I got this.
This is advice. This is going to get people through the entire next week. This one sentence has to get them through the whole week.
So, the best way to get stickers off of retro games, like, usually it works on like jewel cases or plastic cases, like CD games. Doesn't work great on cartridges. If you have compressed air, you turn it upside down to get the liquid nitrogen out. You just spray a little bit on the sticker, comes right off. It freezes the adhesive and then it just pops right off. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There's your tip.
That was really good.
I know. I told you.
Good job, Dan.
You're welcome.
All right.
You thought I was going to come up here and just bullshit.
I thought it was going to be some serious bullshit, but that actually had a point and had some purpose. Wow. Okay. So it's possible. Awesome. No, we love you, Dan. I love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for your support, everyone. Thanks for watching and listening to the show. We hope to see you next week on Game Overcast. So have a good one. Stay safe. Stay cool inside in your air conditioning, which hopefully works. And we'll see you next time, everyone. Game over. All right. Cool.
Want to go down from here?
That's the only bad thing about starting off strong. It's like I can't raise the bar.
Maintain.
No, the bar, it's so high. I can't reach it.
Oh, no.
The bar, it's up there.
Like a cat.